dun 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 dun.
Hey guys, this is Chris from Chris.
I hate sodomy!
Here's the MOC. Hey, how's it going? My name is Elijah Chamberlain, also known as Peach Bricks, and it's been a really long time since I made a video. Today I'm going to be doing a technique breakdown on my most recent build. I don't really have a name for it, but yeah. So let's get right into that right now. Hey, how's it going, guys? So to the real video. Today I'm going to be showing you all the techniques I used in this MOC and what I did to accomplish such a cool looking build. I don't really have a name for this build. It's pretty much just like a little pirate tavern thing on the edge of the sea, but yeah, let's get right into the video. So first of all, this MOC started with the dock. It's a really unique looking, oh, there goes that guy's legs.
But you ain't got no legs, Lieutenant Dane.
It's a really unique looking thing, and I'll take it apart right now and show you. So in all honesty, it's actually quite a simple technique that I used to accomplish that look. Basically, I just took these 1x1 plates and put tiles in between each gap of the studs. I did this on both sides. This side obviously has some 1x1s with studs on the side connecting it to the rockwork and such. But I essentially did the same thing. And once you have two of those sections, you just kind of put them together like so. And there you go. The next technique in this MOC I did was the water. As you can see, this is a relatively simple technique, commonly referred to as snot in the LEGO community, meaning stud snot on top, which is basically building with the stud pieces on the side of the build. This is basically held in by bricks like these, who have studs on the edges and on the top of the brick. Here you can see I have taken out the entire thing. It was all kind of fitted in there. And I just kind of slid it right out because there's nothing really holding it in there. But any connection points to things like the boat and the dock are just made with those bricks that have studs on one side. But it's really just a flat wall, honestly, built like this. You could honestly use it for a sky or something like that. So moving forward within the MOC, you can see I positioned these figures in super cool ways. Hold on. But I am going to make a whole separate video on how I do stuff like that in the future, so we're going to ignore that for the present. So the next technique in the build is these cool rock wall kind of stone handmade, not exactly rockwork type building. And so that is kind of the same for up here on this part. It's basically just an allotment of different parts. I personally love using these profile bricks that are basically, they have the texture of what bricks would look like. Another fantastic technique that I use a lot in when I do these kinds of rock wall looking things is using a headlight brick and putting it on its side, and it makes this kind of blank stud. You have the ones that are empty, and then you have the ones that are kind of filled in. I think the filled in ones look way better. The empty ones can be good for bullet holes if you're making a World War II build. Something to note about using headlight bricks on their sides is they'll always do this thing where they kind of jut out a little bit, and I just completely reached for the wrong brick because I'm looking through the camera, and so you can't really build anything on the other side, and it kind of unevens. You can't build like a direct wall supporting it, so you have to make gaps in the wall like that. I have to really tailor the back walls that are supporting these front detailing to what pieces I use within that detailing. So the next technique I used in the build was the door. I kind of didn't fully put all these 1x6s and all the other plates within there together, so it kind of looks like there's gaps. As you can see, I made it the hinges by taking these animal horn pieces and these 1x1s with the circle clips, I like to call them, and I just kind of stuck it in there on the top. And the handle is built just using another one of those clips sideways. The next technique I used in the build is this window, which is kind of like a cheese slope mosaic essentially, and that's what this is, but it's all of one color cheese slope. Lego Pick-a-Brick, which at the Lego stores, if you've ever been to one, they have the big walls full of Lego bricks, and I found these there one time. They're basically just trans clear slopes that are really small, and so yeah, Those work really well to do these windows, and it's just like the mosaics, and you just kind of place them together, and as you can see they make little squares, and those squares, depending on how big you make the window, can all line up, and it looks really cool. The next technique I did was the banister railing up on the, I cannot think the name of whatever you call these. Yeah, we're calling it that. So basically it is tiles, and it's very similar to this technique actually. It is basically these 1x2 tan tiles, and you have the 1x4 brick, that one just fell out. And you just kind of put them in those little gaps between the studs, like in this. But instead of altering like that one does, you just put them right into the gaps of the other ones, like so. And so then it just stands out there, and it makes the really nice railing. And the next part of the build is the white sections. But yeah, basically these white areas is just made with 1x2 jumper plates. I realize when I say 1x2 jumpers, it's probably really vague depending on how well you are with Lego terms, but basically these are what they are, just like these ones. And then the hole with the stud, the empty stud, and then the full one on the bottom. You just kind of put those together, and bam. The next technique within the build would be these jutting out beam looking rafters and roofs. Beams are in ceilings. I have no clue what to call these. But these are just 1x4 and tiles, and among other lengths. And they're just held in with these stud on the side pieces. Just these pieces right here. I use these so much in my builds, especially in this one. And you just kind of put the tiles on sideways, and it works beautifully. As a quick note, this is also just snot building. These are 1x2 panel pieces, as you can see, and they're just kind of put on their side to make these little kind of stair ladder-ish looking esque pieces. But yeah. So this door is built with a 4x6 plate, kind of similar to this one. I decided I would use a different door, just, you know, I don't know, because I decided to use a different door. And it's basically just tiled up, and I just connected it again using these bricks that have studs on the side like that. It's a little bit hard to see because it's black. But yeah. And finally, the last technique I used was the roof, which in reality is super simple. It is just plates. So it's all these plates put together, and on the top I put tiles, studs, all sorts of good things. It's slightly hard to see just because it's all one color. There you can see a little bit better. But I just kind of threw random stuff, lots of tiles, and then I connected it using these pieces right here. I just wanted to say before I go, I've been MOC building for probably 4 years now. That's 8. I've been MOC building for 4 years now. Just within the last year, I've improved exponentially, and you know, if you try all those techniques, it doesn't necessarily mean your MOC is going to be the best. But what's really important is that you keep trying at it. That's really pissing me off. That you keep trying at it, keep building. Don't just stop because you don't think you're good enough. My MOCs 4 years ago were horrible. By my standards today, I hate them, honestly. But you know, it's something that we all improve at. And hey, once you get good, you know, you get good. And the SD card got filled that time. I'm pretty much done ranting about it. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I was totally gonna say something, but I have no clue what it is. Peace out. No pain and take it over for fundraising this year. And
Hey guys, this is Chris from Chris.
I hate sodomy!